Hey guys, welcome back. This is the second video clip of the 36251 progression that I've been working on from the previous one. I'm hoping that you enjoyed the first video. Remember to share the video, share the link if you would like to do so. I would greatly appreciate it. I appreciate your comments, your feedback, and all that. Of course, we went over the 36251 progression. I had a question from a friend of mine, and he basically asked me, how do I know the 36251, which is major, which is minor, all those kinds of things. So I just wanted to go ahead and answer that question. Whenever you're dealing with a major scale, obviously in the example that I'll use right now is going to be the key of C. So if we're in the key of C, obviously you have your 1, your tonic, which is going to be C. Now your 2 is going to be D, obviously. Now in this case, if you look on the actual staff of sheet music, you'll notice that it'll have your C, your E, and your G, and then it'll move up to your D, your F, and your A. Well, your D, your F, and your A obviously make a D minor, and it goes up accordingly all the way up until you complete your octave. So in your C, you have your 1, which is C. You have your 2, which is D minor. Your 3, which is E minor. Your 4, which is F. Your 5, which is G. Your 6, which is A minor. And your 7, which is going to be your B diminished. And then, of course, back to your tonic, your 1, your octave, your C major. Okay? So that's basically how it works. And again, as I mentioned in the earlier video, it's relative to whatever key you're in. Okay, so if you're in the key of C, that's going to be basically the way it's going to work. But every scale degree has the same progression. It has the same major, minor walk. So in this case, it's going to be major, minor, minor, major, major, minor, diminished, back to your major. So that's your basic major scale progression. So whenever I say 36251, if we know the 3 is minor, the 6 is minor, the 2 is minor, well then your 5, as we said, the 5 of C is going to be G, and in this case, it's G major, okay? So because it's G major, it's always going to be a G major in a major scale. And so it's going to be 36251 every time you go. Again, I'm sorry I'm going a little fast, but I have a great example that I want to show you guys today. Let me go ahead and get into that example. I mentioned earlier in the first video that the 36251 can be used as a turnaround. So whenever you want to, and the example I used was an E flat. So when I was in E flat, basically I used it as a turnaround in Alabaré. Alabaré mi Señor. That's basically how I use it. I use it as a turnaround. Now in this video, I want to just quickly touch, and I hope I can do this as clearly and as quickly as possible. I want to show you how you can use it in the middle of a song. Okay, so the first example is going to be in the middle of a song, not necessarily in a turnaround. Okay, so let me go ahead and show you really quickly. And the song I'm going to use, and again, if you're apostolic like me, when you were baptized and you came out of the water, what's the song they sang? They sang, Soy bautizado, seguiré a mi Jesús. And that's a song that I love, I adore, I respect, and I've played it, I've heard it over the years, and so this is something that I've added to it. I'm going to throw a 36251 progression in the middle of the song, okay? So here we go. Seguiré a mi Jesús. how it works. Again, I've heard it played so many times. Obviously, we heard so many different people play it, different people sing it. Every time somebody would get baptized in our church, it just came up, and that's just the way we were raised. And it's beautiful, it's wonderful. I wanted to change the way it sounded, and all I really did was add the 3-6-2-5-1 progression. And the way I did it was Seguiré a mi Jesús, pues para mí lo del mundo se acabó. One more time. Pues para mí lo del mundo se acabó. One last time. Pues para mí lo del mundo se acabó. One last time. Pues para 3, 6, 2, 5. Alright? So that's basically how it works in that song. And again, not only was it a turnaround in the first video, but now we're seeing it as basically the same exact progression. Now we're seeing it in the middle of a song, and it gives it so much flavor, so much voicing. It just adds so much. All right, and that's that example. Now the last example that I would like to show you in the 3-6-2-5-1 progression is how can it be used at the end of a song. Obviously, you can use it as a turnaround. You can use it in the middle of a song, and now I'm going to show you how you can use it at the end of a song. So, at the end of a song, the song I'm going to be using is Di Alegre. Everybody pretty much seems to know that song in the Apostolic Movement, and it's a song I love as well. So here we go. So again, I use a 3-6-2-5-1 progression in that particular example at the end of the song. It was in different various pieces of the song. I don't know if you could tell. If you could, that's great. But I use it at the end of a song. And really, all I'm doing is what most people do in gospel, which is, I'm pretty sure you've heard that. Or you can even do it. I mean, there's so many different ways to do it, but I like to start at the beginning. And the beginning says 3-6-2-5-1 in the key of E flat is going to be G minor, C minor, F minor, B flat, and E flat. So I'm just going to start from there. Basically, it's how it works. Seguiré a mi Jesús, pues para mí lo del mundo se acabó. Same thing, over and over and over. 3-6-2-5-1. And it works for a piano. It works on your guitar. Obviously, it's built off of a bass walk. So it works as a bass player. And you can incorporate it and use it as much as you like. If you don't like to use it, don't use it. but I strongly recommend that you do, simply because it adds so much to whatever you're trying to do with your music. Again, I appreciate you checking this video out. If you have any questions, concerns, let me know. I appreciate your feedback. Take some time out. Take 20 seconds, 15 seconds, and share the clip if you feel it can help somebody else. I really, really appreciate it. I look forward to the next one, all right? Y'all be blessed. Take care. We'll be in touch.